Hello. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our this beautiful Wednesday to just learn more about the BC School Fruit and Vegetable Nutritional Program. And we have the expert here, so we feel very lucky that she's here to give us a lot of information and learn more about the program. So I want to welcome Pat. Um, before I pass the word to her, I just want to say she's here to answer all your questions, to learn more about. Some of you may be already here about the program. Some of you may, this is new for us. So feel free if you're shy to write your questions in the chat. But if you are brave enough, feel free to just unmute, and then we can just go through the questions and in the order that it comes. So welcome, Pat.
Good, thank you. Hello, I also want to introduce my partner with the School Fruit and Veg program, and that's Julie Dixon. If you can give a wave there, Julie. Good. Yeah, so the two of us are talking to all school food coordinators and principals about the program that's available to you this year. Welcome, independent schools. For so long, we've been under the Ministry of Health's care, and there's been some restrictions, but not anymore. We're open to all schools that are interested in healthy BC products coming to their schools, and we can certainly deliver them. So I'm going to do a little bit of PowerPoint, shall we say, that will give you some background on the program. And then if you can all see that, you can see that?
We can see them.
Really good. Okay. Slideshow from the beginning. And then you'll have a little bit of information on the program, and then I'll open it up to questions so you know everything about it once you've left this meeting. So the School Fruit and Vegetable Nutritional Program, and then we say plus milk because the milk products can come alongside of it. So for nearly 20 years in British Columbia, our foundation, BC Agriculture in the Classroom Foundation, it's a nonprofit charitable organization, and we work directly with BC Agriculture with food education, and we deliver fresh BC products into schools to over 500,000 students K to 12 throughout the province. We also have educational resources that go with these products. So anytime there's apples delivered into the school, there's an apple poster that goes with it. And on the back side are K to 10 activities that you might use in the classroom that's directly related to the curriculum when the product comes in. There's also a secondary, it's called Grow BC, GIS map that also complements the products coming into the classroom. So in the past, we've served about 90% of public and First Nations schools throughout British Columbia. We deliver 24 weeks of the school year, so that's every week that doesn't have a statutory holiday or a spring break or a winter break. We are able to come to schools, and we can bring up to 6 different commodities. Now, by commodity, I mean apple, cheese, milk, egg, and any of the other fruits and vegetables that are grown in British Columbia. So how does it work? Well, we work with producers. They're at the top of our picture here. So all BC farmers, we procure product from them, and then we have their inventory or their product shipped to a general warehouse. That general warehouse then centralizes the product, like we make sure that it moves to the major areas, the regional areas of the province. And then from those warehouses, we have different drivers that take it into either a smaller cross dock or a retail store that provides a shipment area for us, that then they're able to pick up that product. A driver that's in your local community picks up that product and delivers it right to the school. Now that might be a little Saputo home delivery truck, or it might be a contracted refrigerated truck that we're working with, or if you're in a really remote area, it might be a barge or a helicopter or a small plane. So all of those things help us get around the province and bring those products from BC producers to you. So we work only with schools. We are not a company that works with grocery stores or anything like that. We are just bringing BC products to schools. That's our mandate. So I want to show you a school year because we work in bulk, in like wholesale, there's a really big kind of strategic planning to make this all happen during a year. So right now, like in April and May, well, we're in May now, oh my goodness, already. We're talking to school districts and schools to see if they're interested in contracting to do the program. Now, we contract for the full school year, so you can have it delivered, the product delivered 12 weeks of the school year, so that's every second week, or 24 weeks of the school year, that's every week. And we need to make those arrangements now because we buy from our BC producers. So if you're a producer in British Columbia, you know that you grow a certain amount of product, and then that product you need to sell or you need to market to people to buy it. So you know your crop is sold, and then you bring it off the fields and you bring it into storage and you release it at the time that they require the product. So we need to make those arrangements now. So first of all, we get the best prices. Second of all, it's not sold out from under us to other people who want to buy it. And second, that we get partners and sponsors and donors to give us the best price. So it's delivered to you fresh and at the best price for schools. So in May, we're still finishing off the different deliveries that are going to schools throughout the province in May and the first week of June. And then we wrap up the school year for this year. But then we're getting evaluations from the schools, asking for feedback, which we ask for year round, but particularly at the end of the year, so we can shape everything up in a better way for the next year if we need to. So we're signing contracts with schools and schools districts as to what their requirement is for the next school year. We're locking in the prices with those producers, and then we sign the contracts with the people who deliver in the trucks or buses or planes or helicopters for the final mile to your school. So all of those are locked in now, again, for the most organization, the best planning, and the best price for the products. In July, we schedule everything to make sure it arrives at the right door for your school at the right time. We make sure we have the drivers in place and they're ready to drive in September, and we make sure the product is scheduled and on its way. We start to pack and ship product in August, of course, for September. And from September to June, make sure it gets to all the schools in British Columbia that have ordered the product. In January, which is about halfway through the year, we do some planning for the next year and we do some evaluation again. We check on the product listings and see if we can add any new products to the program, and I'll tell you a bit about what we've added above fruit and vegetable and milk, just as a result of some testing in the last year. So what's changed? Well, with the onset of Feeding Futures program, we've expanded our product mix because, like I said, it was mostly sponsored by the Ministry of Health previously. And so we were making one arrangement with the Ministry of Health. But now we've expanded to conversations with schools and school districts because Feeding Futures money is available directly to you instead of through us. So in this past year, we did an expansion pilot in partnership with Food Banks BC, and we delivered multiple commodities weekly to schools in the areas of highest need. 42 different schools across the province in 6 different districts, so not just in one place. We wanted to make sure we could get this product to everybody that required it. So we increased our product servings by 1.4 million, so from 8 million to nearly 10 million, and covered a lot more students, so they had access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So what we learned from this is that we validated that it's a significant opportunity to increase direct delivery to all the school feeding programs that are in the province, and we can tell you about what we can offer. So schools can participate every week, like I said, 24 weeks. and receive multiple varieties with each other. So if you look on the right-hand side, you see a school on September 18th was on schedule and received several products. They ordered blueberries, apples, cucumbers, tomatoes, Bartlett pears, and Armstrong cheese. All of those products came at once to their school for that week. And then they used that to augment into a breakfast program or a lunch program that they already had going, or it was just the school snack for that week for all of the students. So you need to tell us how many students and then which products. Do you want fruit, veg? Do you want the protein like the cheese or the yogurt? And and milk. So you can receive, oh, like I said, a combination of fruit, vegetables, milk, cheese, yogurt, and eggs. We have hard-to-cooked eggs. They come individually wrapped in a plastic wrap, and they just open them up and they're ready to sprinkle a little salt and pepper on and eat. The kids love them. You think, oh, eggs, that they might stink. They don't. They're just perfectly wrapped in Abbotsford here by Vanderpool's, one of our local BC products. So anyway, that's just a little plug for them because it was new last year and just worked out really well. Or alternatively, you can order by students or you can order by case to your district. So you can use them as you see fit as a foundation product or supplement to feeding programs. And we continue to look at more options like you see further down on the list. Also, the Funding for School program is now held with Feeding Futures. And so we don't get any funding at all. That's why there's a request to schools if they want to participate. The products are 85 cents per serving. So a serving is like one apple or a mini cucumber or one mini pepper, or if it's blueberries, it's a little cup. We tell you the cup size. If it's strawberries, it's 3 strawberries. So there's a coordinator's book that we have for everybody that does the program, and it tells you the serving size and all the food safe things that you need to prepare in order to do the program. So to continue receiving fruits, vegetables, dairy products throughout the school year, the Feeding Futures funding is one way to go. Also, some packs are the ones that pay for the products to come to the school, delivered directly to you. So that 85 cents is not only product, but it's delivered directly to you. And it also includes the educational pieces that we send by email or through our electronic portal that you log into each time a delivery comes. So as I mentioned earlier, it takes a lot of planning to put this together for the province. And so the commitment contracts are signed by June 7th. So we know that we can continue in your area to deliver the program. I just wanted to show you the delivery calendar because I was talking about 12 weeks and 24 weeks. So if you look at this in September, October, November, you see the green weeks. Those are the weeks that we deliver. Well, if you look at the whole calendar, the green weeks are the weeks that we deliver, the 24. You'll see if there's a red square, that's a stat holiday. It means we don't deliver in that week. So you just take a quick look at that. That's our delivery calendar for the coming year. So we are certainly willing to work with you to shape BC product deliveries for your needs and your budget. My name is Pat, and just give me a call and we can work it out. We have a page that is, I'm not sure if it's been shared with you yet, but it's basically a contract page. It's also available on our website. If you go to bcaitc.ca and go to the School Fruit and Vegetable Program, everything that I just said here, in case you forget everything I said, is on that website. And there's also a district sign-up sheet there as well. So that's quickly a bit about the program. So I'll just exit from this and just go back to the whole group so we can chat together if you'd like to.
Thank you so much, Pat. It's always very nice to just listen to all the information. I put the website in the chat just for everybody to have access and read. I also gonna be, after our meeting today, I'm gonna be sending you guys the link to the application if anybody would like to, check and review and see what is about it. And just Pat, just one question for me before I jump into the questions for the group. When you refer district, you mean that you can also deliver to each one of the schools, right? Because for
Yes,
us, will be, yeah,
yeah,
just so
for sure.
everybody, so don't feel scared about that. It will be that.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions here. So I'm going to start with the first one from Diana. It's if the program can be used in the school for all the students. For example, if apples came in, could you give an apple to every student in the school regardless of the financial need? So that is a little bit question for me more than for Pat. So far, I think it's kind of like when you have a snack program and you put granola bars in your hole and everybody can take one. So in that case, we will consider this as a yes. However, I have a meeting tomorrow with all the feeding feeders coordinators in the province, so that will be a lot of learning for me tomorrow. And I also have a meeting with the ministry on Friday that I will touch base about that. I'm pretty sure until now I will say yes, but if something changed from now until in the coming days, I will make for sure to share with everybody that information. So thank you. And then I have another one from Becky. Say, is there a minimum quantity that is required?
Hmm. We should talk because I just want to make sure that we're already driving to your area. Like it's not cost effective for us to drive to a school with 15 people. But if we're already driving to your area because of other public schools and the population in the area, it's usually not a problem. So we would have to look at this very small schools one at a time.
Okay. So
Oh,
so
Langley
please,
is it's usually not a problem. Lots of schools there.
okay, good. Is there a minimum? Oh, that I already read. Oh, yeah. Well, it's very similar, right? Like, is there a minimum? Is there a school minimum? We're not a large school. Will be also dependent, Tracy, on where you are. For everybody who is in the call, yes, Feeding Futures is coming for next year. We are right now just finalizing all the things with the ministry. I actually working currently with the ministry in how we're gonna do for the next year, application process and everything. So it is for sure that it's gonna be coming for us next year. So just take a breath there. We're having it. Thank you, Tracy.
It's a
Um,
great opportunity. Like this is just, it's wonderful to be able to bring healthy, fresh products to students. I'm just so happy that it's also been offered in independent schools. Mhm.
yes, we're very glad. They were asking about Nelson area.
Yeah, we do go to Nelson. Again, I'll have to check as to what our population is for the coming school year.
Yes. Anybody else have any other question?
Yeah, I saw that. Is there a map on your website? There isn't right now, but we did have a list of all the schools that we went to the past year, but we took it down because, of course, we're registering for a coming year. So I'll see if my staff can put that back up, and then you can see if there's a public school in your area.
Can we use these for feeding futures next year? Sukhbir, what do you mean? Can you just tell me a little bit more?
Yeah, because this year the Feeding Futures grant has been really helpful, Rocio. So if we sign up for this, can we use that for with the money you give to the schools for the Feeding Futures? Can this be used for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's encouraged that, and that's why we are holding this right
Yeah.
now. So you guys can, if you decide to start in September,
Mhm.
and it will actually recommend that we use your Feeding Futures program money from this.
Awesome, thank you.
There was a
What
question about milk. The milk that we have is from Dairyland, and it's 2% milk, and it's in little cartons that are 125 milliliters.
and did that cost also 85 cents back?
That's right.
Okay.
Delivered to your school.
You see, what a deal.
Is all the produce from BC? Generally, yes. The only product that's not is mandarin oranges, because it goes with the Christmas story and also the Chinese New Year story, which is part of the agriculture literacy products that resources that we send along. Sometimes if there's a break in the cold food chain and some of our product is not available, or if it's a poor season, growing season for that particular product, we have to sub something else just to make sure products come out to the schools. But generally what we order in July is all BC products, except for the mandarin oranges.
Good. Anybody else have any other questions?
I just want to make sure that I am understanding. Somebody came into my office right in the middle of while you were talking. So it's 85 cents per product. So if I chose apples and milk during the week, each one of those is 85 cents per
Correct.
student.
Correct.
I mean, great. One of those little liter thingies of milk at the store is like $1.50. And so if you're going to drive it to me and I'm paying less, that's fabulous.
You got it.
Great.
And Pat, you might want to, just on that topic of the blended costs, like, it's Julie, hi everybody. One of the benefits of the program, so the part of the 7 or the 24-week model is it allows for the ag in the classroom to balance the cost of the inventory over all the commodities. So it's just one consistent price for everything, right? So a cheese string might be more than an apple, and milk might be more than a cheese string, but over the 24-week run with that mix of inventory, it allows for us to balance the costs and then figure out how to keep the distribution costs the same for everyone, no matter where you are. So you're not paying more for distribution if you're in Nelson, and you're not paying more for an apple than a cheese string. But if all you ordered was cheese strings, that would get tricky. That's the that's the beauty of the blended program. So just to make your budgeting easier and give everybody the same opportunity over the whole fulsomeness of the program.
Yeah, that's right. And you'll see if you go to the website, you'll see the list of all the products we deliver. We don't deliver all of them every month because they're not seasonally available every month from our fields. So naturally in the fall, there would be things like pears and apples, and some greenhouse product like peppers and tomatoes. When you're coming into like January and February, you're more likely to get the cheese then, because it's available year round.
So that when you sign the contract, do you choose for the entire school year at that point, or each month am I responsible for saying what I want?
Well, we choose for you based on the seasonal availability, and you'll get a blend of all the products over the school year.
I see. And so I would say I want one product for my students, or I want two for each one.
You got it.
Thank you.
Or three.
Or you could say you want 2 fruit and veg and milk, or 2 fruit and veg and a cheese. Like that's you can mix it up at the beginning, right, Pat?
Yeah.
But
And
then it carries through the school year.
Is there a non-dairy alternative?
There is for the cheese. We serve marble cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, and the mozzarella cheese is lactose free. So you would just select that when we do the renewal form, it's called, at the beginning of the year. You would just say our school gets the lactose free cheese. We have yogurt as well. It is not lactose free.
We've done some testing with soy too, right, as a milk substitute.
Mm-hmm.
They were asking if they have to order every week. I think somebody needs that information.
No, it's either 12 weeks or 24 weeks. So every second week or every week.
And then
The ordering is done once. Like, you're not going in every week and saying, here's what I want my order to be. It's actually set. The order is set when you sign the contracts, and then it just comes to you over that 12 or 24 weeks. And that snapshot that Pat was showing you of what those schools were receiving, and those we just selected 3 weeks over the school year, that's information that you receive ahead of time. You'll actually get that. I think it's for the whole school year right out of the gate. So you actually will know for each of those 24 weeks what inventory is coming in, exactly what product you're getting, And you'll know your quantities based on the number of students that you provided. So you're able to forecast out to next June, knowing what your inventory might be coming in from this program, so you can build the rest of your lunch or breakfast or whatever you're doing around that.
Mhm.
So no surprises.
No,
Unless,
no,
when
no
Mother Nature
surprises
gets
at
in the
all.
way and you get one kind of apples or instead of the other, and then it's a fun surprise.
And you know exactly which day of the week that your product arrives. And generally, if we set up Tuesday as your delivery date, then you will get it Tuesday every week. And then if there's a Tuesday where, say your school is away for a week on an international trip and there's nobody there to receive the product, you just let us know and we take that off your bill. So we don't deliver if you're not going to be there. And the same thing, if there's a catastrophe and we can't get the product to you, we don't charge you for it. Like a
Thank you.
flood or something like that. Oh,
Thank you. Debbie was saying that if there is, oh, sorry, I missed your, if there was a minimum order, so we also, maybe I will recommend you that you touch base with Pat, because she can tell you where, depending on your school, where you are, that will just have an influence in your order and in your application. They were saying that they can see an order guide, but I guess you already touched base with that one, saying how it
yeah.
goes.
You know what might be good, Rocco, is if I send you the coordinator's guide that we sent out this last year for the program, and you can send it to everybody, because you can see how they can prepare for the receiving of the product and make sure that they have a food safe person to receive it. So like, we know that it comes in a refrigerated truck to you, but there's also some responsibility when it arrives at the school to either serve it immediately or to have it in a fridge. And there's a guide there as to what temperatures the product should be held at. And there's also some information about what the serving size is for each of the products that come and which of the products come during the year. And there's just a little bit of blurb about, what are prunes and what do they look like? And if there's a bit of there's kind of a shimmy on them, and what that is, it's called bloom, but not everybody might know that about the plums. And so there's information there that keeps everybody informed.
Yeah, thank you. Tamara, you were asking about how much will be, we don't know the quantities yet. We're still working with the ministry, just checking everything to be ready for next year. So we don't know, we just know, and everybody should be like confirmed that the funding is coming for next year too. So as soon as I have any information, I'm pretty sure, trust me, I will just share it, because I'm also willing to get more information. I'm excited about that. So yes. So Pierre, I may have missed some information early, just want to know when we order. So
Before June 7th. So we need to know if you're on the program, either 12 weeks or 24 weeks, and if you want fruit and veg or milk by June 7th.
And Rocio will know about the Feeding Futures money for next year by June 7th, so we know how much we're working with.
That's a good question. I will put it in my request for our meeting on Friday.
Okay, thank you, because I
Of
think
course, they have to align, right? We will work with you.
yeah, because I'm sure everybody will need to know how much we have so we can order accordingly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Andrea was saying that they are a small school in Coquitlam, and if they can offer it to our families rather to buy for the students. My understanding is that this is just for students, and students need to eat it in the within the school. And so that's a program that this is the main goal from this program, right?
Yeah, that's the goal of the program. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I have been missing this because it was early. Any issue delivering to Vancouver Island, Campbell River, or Comox?
No, we're going everywhere.
Yeah, that's the beauty about this one, that it goes all province, so it's a good opportunity. Perfect. I don't know if anybody else have any other question before, we now that we have Pat here, that she is lovely and can answer everything that we need.
Or you can phone me or email me as well. No problem. If you come up with a burning question, please email me.
Yeah. I will be sending you guys the links to everything. Also we will share the report to everybody who is in the program, so you can just go back and pause the slides in case you need to do that. Sorry, I'm just getting so mad. So do we apply for it on the website before June 7? And can we send you an email saying what we want that we want to be part of it? I think you need to apply, right, Pat? They need to apply
Yes.
before June 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we order for you when we have a signed contract. So even if you send me an email, I will fill in the contract and send it back to you. So it's a signed commitment, because otherwise I will have a whole lot of product in a big stack and not be able to deliver it. So it has to be a signed contract.
Yes. So Pat has been amazing with me. Like, she's so flexible. She's always available. She's always, ready to answer our questions. So feel free to, if you have any specific question about your school, we can, like, you can reach out to her. Lisa, I am like, we are trying actually to see if we can get, like, as I promised to Bear, I will put it on the request on Friday to see if we can get anything before June 7. I don't promise, because there is so many other things behind to get the right amount that each school will get, but I will keep asking to see if we can get it before June 7. So for sure. That was Lisa. Is there any deposit requirement for
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Good point. So if you read through the contract, it says that we would like $1,500 for a school deposit, and that will be applied to your first bill. So we bill every 2 months. Okay, so October, December, February, April, and June.
The deposit is due in, I think it's first week of
September.
September, Pat.
Yeah.
Like, that was intended to line up with when we understand from the Ministry of Education, the funding's to be dispersed. So we tried to line up those dates, so that, you have money to pay for
Yeah.
things.
What we've been told in the public schools is that the allocations have already been given to public schools, and their money will land at the beginning of September. So that's why we made those dates, and we just hope that that will work out as well. We'll be working with UOCA to make sure it aligns.
Yeah, it's like, for us always it's a little bit different, because allocations goes depending on each school, and it's a different process. So that's why each school is a little bit,
Is
has
asking,
different allocations and everything. And I know we're trying to work with that. Hopefully we can get it before, in this month sometime, so we can just doing that. Berenice, I know you were asking about that. There are a few schools that are using these for enrollment next year, but because it will be charged in September, I don't think you will be able to use it. Because what I understand from Julie is that you will get the deposit you will have to pay for the deposit in September. Is that right, Julie? Yeah. So by that time, you should be using already all your money from this year. Yeah. Yes. Anybody else have any other question? No, not yet. Okay, so I hear you guys. I'm gonna work on that just with the ministry to see what else we can do to make, some numbers available if it's possible before that. And I will be sending information just for, what we just learned today. I will also add Pat email and to our notes. So then everybody who has any specific questions can just talk to her and see what is your case in your school. So that sounds good. Yes. Did anybody else before we say goodbye? No.
I just like to thank everybody for sharing healthy products with students. It makes them learn better, and that's what we're all about.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thanks.